Are your installation instructions for bottom outlet valve handle kit CSJ08? Alright, mag drill, small footprint, half-inch drill, portable drill press attachment, cutting fluid, drilling fast dry, lubricating spring pin for spring pinning, 7/16 of inch, 9/16 of inch, 11/16 of inch drill bit, channel lock pliers, 3.5 inch minimum jaw opening, bandsaw, reciprocating saw, half-inch, 9/16 of an inch, 3/4 inch, 15/16 of an inch deep well socket and wrenches file, pry bar, deep blow hammer, center punch locking C-clamps, hardware, zinc-plated carbon steel grade 5 half-inch 13 bolts supplied with a 2 half-inch 3-inch lengths for the mounting plate. If longer bolts are required, match these specs. Spring washers, carbon steel, 9/16 inch inside diameter of 1/4 inch, outside diameter thickness using spacing 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Additional spacers can be acquired by Salscope products. Recommended with additional spacers are purchased when the kits are purchased, so the installation crews have extras. Alright, your toolkit is available with the necessary accessory installation handle, pin set, drill fixture, skid hole, plug 3/8 of an inch, half-inch, 5/8 of an inch star entered carbon steel nuts. Alright, you're going to want to cut, then remove the bolt over the nut holding the handle of the valve stem. Cut the bracket locking handles, placing using the portable bandsaw, reciprocating saw. Cut just below the weld to avoid except for the dulling of the blade. Slide the handle out and also remove the chain locking pin with the old handle. Use a file round in any sharp edges. Alright, you got a sliding bracket and a locking bracket, chain location. You're gonna chain location, sliding bracket, locking bracket. Mark holes for bracket, 2 drilling fixtures supplied with a toolkit to avoid interfering with the outlet chain attached with the skid plate. Determine which set of mounting hole of the adapter locking bracket will work for the application. Slide the drill fixture out in the valve stem, pressing it flat against the face of the skid. Mark the 2 holes locking bracket, 2 holes for slid bracking using center punch. Drill 2 holes, 7/16 inch holes in skid with the locking bracket. Use the mag drill. Use supplied steel plug skid hole. Give the drills magnet more material to attach. Drill 2/4 16ths of an inch hole with a skid through sliding bracket. Alright, you're sliding the adapter face towards the left, the attacher of the adapter. Install the adapter on the valve stem. Be sure to play with the spring inside of the adapter before the installation. Spray the spring pin with lubricant using a pin set with just a hold of the spring pin with a slide of the adapter hole in the stem. Do not use the pin set fully installed with the spring or damaged valve packaging may occur. Use the pair channel lockers, minimum 3.5 inch jaw opening required to press the pin all the way through the adapter. Lubricate with the pin. Simplify with this process. The damage on the location of the outlet cap chain, you may be bolting through these holes instead. Attaching a locking bracket. Attach locking bracket to the inside of the skid using a 3/8 inch bolt with using the standard nuts for the following. Hand tighten. Do not use the lock nuts at this time. Alright, your bracket, even with the lack of the back of the flange, space locking bracket. Stack the appropriate number to supply with a 3/8 inch washer between the locking bracket. Inside of the skid plate with the bracket is even inside of the edge of the adapter flange. Once the proper spacing has been established, secure the bolts with lock nuts. If the valve of the car is James Barry R5RET using 3/8 inch spacer with longer than 3/8 inch bolt along with the washer lock nuts above the secure bracket. Alright, attach the sliding bracket, bolt sliding bracket using skid 5/8 inch bolt using standard 5/8 inch nuts. Now, do not use the lock nuts at this time. Alright, you have to push the shaft into the adapter. Press the tube into the cradle. Hold the handle assembly in place. Place the handle assembly in place. Engage the shaft handle with the adapter. Ensure that everything in alignment. The press of the mounting plate over the handle up with against the angle iron bracket. Push the mounting plate against the bracket. Install the collar in the closest hole. Locate the adjustable mounting bracket with the holding the handle assembly slide with the adjustable mounting bracket plate down the tube. You place the pin in the collar and in the pipe hole with as closest to the angle of the iron brackets. Bolt the collar to the mounting plate temporarily. Use a 1/2 inch bolt and standard nuts. Use C-clamp to hold the mounting bracket and angle iron brackets. Alright, your mark drill holes. Mark the location of 3 1/2 inch bolts. Determine the array of the hole's upper corner matches best for the center of the 2 pieces of the angle. The center hole is necessary. Remove the hand and drill 3 9/16 inch holes. Alright, engage the shaft. This bolt is against the far side of the slot. Install handle 3.5-inch bolts, 3-inch L, 2.5-inch L. Engage standard nuts enough to keep them on. You want to be able to slide the handle back forth easily. Push the shaft of the adapter until the shaft is fully engaged. The bolt shown above will against the far end of the slot has been done. Alright, you got your adapter flange clearing lock bracket. Do not bottom the adapter out on the spring pin. Angle handle to determine the spacer. Just how far in and out the handle assembly is when in should be fully pressed in, showing last slide. The adapter pressed in enough to clear the locking bracket. Make sure that the adapter is not bottom out with the spring pin end of the adapter slot. You will want a little bit of play here in case things move slightly. Temperature affects the parts. Alright, 3/16 of an inch spacers bring the center of the hole out of the face of the angles. Proper spacers stack up. Determine the spacers you will need to make up your spacer distance: 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. Thicker spacers stack to make up the gap. They always use thicker spacers. You can minimize the quantity of spacers on any one bolt. Place spacers behind each 3 fastener. 3/16 of an inch spacers intended to go behind the center hole, and they're bringing the plate out. Even with the angle iron, you may need to add spacers unevenly in order to get the handle shaft aligned perfectly with the adapter. Alright, your attached handle assembly. Attach the hand assembly. Use the standard nuts now. Do not use locking nuts at this time. Tighten everything down. Cycle the handle with the out several times. Verify that they are engaging the adapter properly with everything out has been properly clearance output. Necessary adjusting the spacers as needed. Alright, this shows you're installing lock nuts. Once you're happy with the fit operation, everything can fit. Use 5.5 inch to 5/8 of an inch standards nuts thread to forming lock nuts. Alright, painting guidelines locally. Paint the locking bracket, the inch square shaft, the bottom outlet valve, adapter, spring, and spring pin. Guide paint, bolt slot, light coated on the paint allowed maximum. Follow the image above the painting of the bottom outlet valve handle assembly. Is recommended. All areas indicated the red are left free of coating to avoid negatively affecting the operation of the handle. Alright, so never mind. Don't paint the red. Paint everything but the red. Red are left free of coating and avoid negative affecting the operation of the handle. Also, any areas of the car that were cut and drilled should be touched up. Alright, and then it shows the your bottom outlet valve. This is the bolt-on safeguard bottom outlet valve operation stem. Bolt-on safeguard bottom outlet valve operating stem. Alright. That completes the bottom outlet valve safety, bottom outlet valve handle kit.